Hello, welcome. So today we are going to do a Root Chakra Vinyasa Flow. So this practice is going to be grounding and strengthening. So just quick summary of what the chakras are. The chakras are an energy system that runs all the way from the sacrum to the crown of our head. So there's 7 different energy systems, and really what they do is they connect our physical and spiritual body together, and they're responsible for different properties. So today we're going to be focusing on the root chakra, and that's responsible for our feelings of grounding, safety, security, and our right to take up physical space. So when this chakra is open, we're comfortable in our physical body. We're also comfortable honoring our emotions like anger and setting boundaries with others. So as I mentioned in this practice, we're really going to be focusing on strengthening the lower body and feeling that connection between our physical body and the earth. Because when this chakra is open, we feel grounded, confident, stable, and we feel comfortable in our bodies and comfortable expressing and managing our emotions. So to get started, we're going to get started with Kashyapa Mudra. So a mudra is a hand gesture. It's also an energy lock to help cultivate a particular type of energy. So here you can place your thumb right in between your ring finger and your middle finger, sort of looks like a fist, and you can place it right in your lap. So the Kashyapa Mudra helps us feeling grounded, balanced, and it protects us against negative energies. So we're just going to spend a few moments here. So we'll just come into a short breathing meditation holding this mudra. So to begin, you can close your eyes here. Have the spine tall, shoulders stacked over hips. And we'll start to spend a few moments just focusing on the breath. And coming back into the body. So the breath really acts as an anchor and gives our mind a place to focus. You can pick one area of the body where you feel the breath. So that could be the belly or the chest, rising on the inhale and descending on the exhale. Or maybe it's the feeling of the air as it enters and exits the nostrils. Pick one part of the body in which to place your focus. And if your mind starts to wander, which of course it will, just gently call the focus back to the breath. I'm going to take a moment just to see how it feels to be in your body. And see if you can sense the perimeter. We'll try to keep this connection to the body throughout our practice. You can release your mudra. Bring your hands to heart center in our Anjali mudra. And so we can set an intention for our practice to cultivate a feeling of connection with our body, strength, and grounding. We can cultivate this on this mat, and we'll take it with us as we leave throughout the rest of our day. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Inhale, hands come high. And then exhale, hands come to heart center. And one more time, inhale, hands come high. And then exhale, hands come to heart center. Now you can join me, or meet me into tabletop. So in tabletop, shoulders are over wrist, hips are over knees. And really get your hands nice and wide on the earth, so pressing the earth away. We'll start to come into some cat-cow, so waking up the spine. Inhale, drop the belly, look up for your cow. And then exhale, arch the spine, drop the head for your cat. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. And then exhale, arch the spine, drop the head. You can come into some more now at your own pace, matching breath to movement. Maybe even keep your eyes closed here. And as you start to turn inward, reconnecting, and really seeing what it feels like to be in your body. We'll meet back in neutral. And extend the right leg back so it's parallel to the earth. And then you can bend the right knee, so almost like a right angle with your leg. We're going to come into some donkey kicks. So you're going to slowly lower your knee to the earth and then lift it right back up. Lower and then lift up. We'll do 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So leaving that leg lifted, the knee pointing to the sky, or not the knee, the toes, sorry. And we'll take 10 little pulses here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding it here, breathing. And then releasing the knee back to the earth. And you're back in your tabletop. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. And then exhale, arch the spine, drop the head. Coming right back into neutral. This time, left leg extends back, keeping the hips square to the earth. And you can bend the knee so the toes are facing the sky. You can point your foot here. We're going to take those donkey kicks. So first you can bring the knee down to the earth just to get the feeling. Coming back up, bringing it on down. Coming back up, and we'll take 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Leaving that leg lifted, we'll take 10 pulses here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. And then bringing the knee back down to the earth. So as I mentioned, we're going to be strengthening the lower body today. So sometimes we'll be doing movements that aren't so traditional in yoga practice, really with the intent just to increase strength, all from the hips downward. So you can curl the toes under here, pressing the earth away, just lifting the knees up to hover. So starting to engage the core here. So you can imagine the belly button coming back up towards spine. And breathing here. You can step back to your high plank. So shoulders over wrist. And hips are lifted, core is engaged. Breathing here. And take an inhale. Then press right back, downward facing dog. So this is going to be about the width of your downward facing dog. You shouldn't have to fidget too much coming up from high plank. Of course, if you want to shorten it a little bit, you can. But this is generally a good rule of thumb. And then on an inhale, we'll glide forward, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale, glide forward. And exhale, downward facing dog. You can start to pedal out the feet here, waking up the hamstrings. This might be your first downward facing dog of the day. And just checking in with your body, seeing how it feels. You go high on your tiptoes, bending the knees to lengthen the spine. You can walk to the front of your mat. We'll meet in ragdoll forward fold, so opposite hand to opposite elbow here. Feet rooted into the earth, and you can keep your knees bent, creating a little shelf for your belly. And just letting the head hang heavy. So just feeling supported, feeling the earth, keeping you propped up. With the feet rooting in, maybe you sway a little bit back and forth. You can release the hands to the earth. You'll bend the knees to lengthen the spine. Maybe placing the hands on the shins, bringing those shoulder blades back. Then you can reach out in front of you like you're trying to touch the wall right in front of you. Breathing here. With the feet rooted into the earth, rise right up to standing, extended Tadasana. Keeping the hips squared forward, we'll take a high twist to the right. Coming back up. High twist to the left. Coming back up. So take goddess arms. Inhale, look up, opening up the heart space, the throat. And then bringing hands to heart center. Inhale, hands come high. Exhale, bend the knees, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees to lengthen the spine, shoulder blades come back. And then you can plant the hands. We'll step the left foot back, coming into your runner's lunge. So in runner's lunge, knees over ankle, you're on the ball of your back foot. Release the back knee to the earth, hands come high to the sky, low lunge. Left hand can connect with the earth. We'll take a twist to the right. Right hand comes back to the earth. Curl the back toes under, coming back into your runner's lunge. And then step the right foot back, coming right back into high plank. And remember, you can always drop your knees in your high plank. You're still building strength. We're going to glide forward on our tiptoes, so shoulders are ahead of wrist, coming all the way down to our mat via low push-up. Inhale, coming up through cobra. Exhale, coming back down. And curl the toes under. Engaging the core, lift right up as straight as a board into high plank, or you can come into tabletop. But we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Right leg is going to come high for three-legged dog on the right. Take an inhale here. Exhale, glide forward, right knee, right elbow. Coming back up. Right knee, left elbow. Coming back up. Right knee to nose. Holding it here. And then right foot steps forward and you're back in your runner's lunge on the right. And of course, if you have blocks or anything that can be used as blocks, like cans or paper towels, you can use those here. Left foot comes to meet the right, and we'll drop the hips, coming into downhill skier, so elbows come back by ribs. And breathing here, again, feeling the connection your feet are making with the earth, hips are low, feeling solid, grounded, and supported. Taking an inhale here, exhale, arms sweep back like airplanes. Leg strength brings you right up to standing. Inhale, hands come high. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, hands come high. Exhale, bend the knees, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, lengthen the spine, shoulder blades come back. And then you can plant the hands. This time, right foot steps back, And you're in your runner's lunge on the left. Knee is over ankle, and you're on the ball of your back foot. Drop the back knee to the earth. Hands come high to the sky, low lunge. And breathing here. And you drop into that front knee. Right hand connects with the earth. We'll take a twist to the left. Left hand comes back to the earth. You can curl the back toes under. Left foot steps back, high plank. Holding in your high plank. We'll glide forward on our toes, coming all the way down to the earth via low, deliberate, low push-up. Inhale, coming up through cobra. Exhale, coming back down. Curl the toes under, pushing right up through high plank or tabletop, and then downward facing dog. Left leg comes high, three-legged dog on the left, hips stay square to the earth. We'll take an inhale here, exhale, glide forward, left knee, left elbow. Coming back up, left knee, right elbow. Coming back up, left knee to nose, holding here. And then left foot steps forward, runner's lunge on the left. Right foot comes to meet the left, downhill skier, elbows come back by ribs. Take an inhale here, exhale, arms sweep back like airplanes. And then leg strength brings you right up to standing. Inhale, hands come high. And on an exhale, drop the hips, coming into Utkatasana. So feet rooted into the earth. Now in Utkatasana, your toes can be together or your feet can be about hips width apart. So you can experiment and see what makes you feel more grounded and stable. Take an inhale here and then exhale, sweep the arms back just like airplanes. Inhale, they lift. Exhale, they come back. I think these are called chair planes. Inhale, they lift. Exhale, they come back. One more time. Inhale, they lift. Take an in, exhale, staying in your Utkatasana. One more inhale, exhale, bend the knees, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees to lengthen the spine, bringing the shoulder blades back. And then we'll plant the hands. You can step back to your high plank. Come through a low push-up this time. Inhale, upward facing dog. You can pause here in your upward facing dog for a moment. Shoulders over wrist, chest coming through. You take an inhale, and then on your exhale, core strength pulls you right back up, downward facing dog. Right leg comes high, three-legged dog on the right. And then you can bend the knee, open up the hip. I'm taking some ankle rotations in one direction, and then again in the other. You can square the hips back to the earth, and then right foot steps forward, back foot dials back, warrior one. So really firing up that back foot, both feet are flat on the earth, hips are squared forward. And breathing here. And take an inhale here, exhale, hands come back to the earth, step back to your high plank, coming through your low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg comes high, three-legged dog on the left. And bend the knee, opening up the hip here. Taking some ankle rotations in one direction, and then again in the other. Hips can square back to the earth. And take an inhale here, exhale, glide forward, left foot steps forward, back foot dials back, rise up, warrior one on the left. So you can take a moment to set up in your warrior one, both feet flat on the earth, and really you're putting a lot of energy in that back foot because that's what's squaring your hips forward. Take an inhale here, exhale, hands come back to the earth, stepping back to your high plank, low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, tiptoes, exhale, bend the knees. You can walk or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, bend the knees to lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Drop the hips, coming right back into your Utkatasana chair pose. Maybe you take a look at your toes, make sure you can see them. If not, that just means you have to sit back a little bit more. So a few other things about the root chakra. So the color is red. So maybe you imagine like molten lava, glowing red ball right at your sacrum. You can kind of keep that visualization throughout your practice, keeping the focus on the root chakra. And the element associated with the root chakra is the earth. So always really feeling the connection to the earth, feeling supported and strong. You can take an inhale here, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, lengthen the spine. And then you can plant the hands. Step back to your high plank. Low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg comes high, three-legged dog on the right. Right foot steps forward, back foot dials back, root down, rise up, warrior one. So getting comfortable in your warrior one, feeling the ground supporting you. We're going to place the weight into our right foot. You can bring your hands at heart center here. We'll take the left foot and come into our standing figure four. So that left ankle rests right on top of the right knee. Now you can keep your hands at heart center. Maybe you find something to gaze at that's not moving, and that's your drishti. Or if you want to take it a little bit deeper, see if you can get your torso parallel to the earth, reaching out to the wall in front of you. So gazing straight down. And the more you bend your right knee, the deeper the stretch you'll feel. You can bring your hands back to heart center, still balancing on that right knee. We're going to come up to our one-legged Tadasana. So that left knee comes right with us, right about hips height. Now you can keep a little bit of a bend in that right knee. We're going to kick the left foot back, coming into our warrior three. So hips square to the earth, and you can keep your hands at heart center here. We're going to take 3 Shiva squats. So you bend the right knee, left knee tucks, coming back up to warrior three. Bend the right knee, left knee tucks, back up to warrior three. One more Shiva squat, so bending and tucking, coming right back up, warrior three. And keep a little bit of a bend again in that right knee. We'll gently make our way back, crescent lunge. So in crescent lunge, you're on the ball of your back foot, front knee is over ankle hair. I'm going to take an inhale, then on your exhale, goddess arms, left knee hovers to the earth. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, coming back down. We've got 3 more. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, coming back down. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, goddess arms pull down. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, we come right back down. So now you've got your back knee hovering to the earth. Now keeping that depth you've created in the front leg, just straighten out the back leg. And you're back into your crescent lunge. You can bring your hands to heart center, wide like a T. We'll take a high twist to the right. So twisting at the belly here. Remembering to breathe. Remembering we can do hard things We're stronger than we know. And then we'll windmill open, warrior two. So setting up in your warrior two, we've got heel to instep alignment, knee is over ankle. And that right knee is really pointing to the upper right corner of your mat. Shoulders stacked over hips. You can flip your front palm. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And then exhale, right forearm to right thigh, coming into your side angle. So that right forearm is just resting on the right thigh, so not collapsing in. That top hand can be right above the head. It can reach forward, or it can wrap behind in a half or full bind. Just knowing whatever posture you choose, feet are grounded and chest is lifting. So almost corkscrewing to the sky. So in yoga, you'll notice a lot of times we do talk about the feet grounding and rooting, and that's because that gives us the opportunity to lift, to rise. So just like with trees, the more deeper their roots are, the taller and stronger they get. So we're like that too. Breathing here. Now keeping those warrior two legs, you'll rise back up to warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And then straighten that front leg. So we're going to set up for Trikonasana. So you can shorten your stance a little bit. So maybe shimmy the left foot up. Arms come parallel to the earth. You can try to touch the front of the mat. And then your right hand connects down to the shin or a block. I want you to open up our hips to the left. Breathing here. Core strength will bring us right back up. Then we'll pivot to the left. Toes come out to 10 and 2 as we sink into our goddess. So shoulders stacked over hips here, knees over ankle. Breathing here. See if you can get your hips a little bit lower. Then on an inhale, rise up. Exhale, coming back down. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, come back down. We'll do 3 more. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we come back down. One more time. Inhale, we rise. And exhale, we come back down. I think that was 5. It's close anyways. So maybe you can close your eyes here. I'm really feeling the connection that you're making with the earth. Seeing if you can get your hips a little bit lower. We can always go a little bit lower, a little bit deeper. Then you're going to go on the ball of your left foot. And then we'll pivot to the right, so the front of your mat. Left hand connects to the earth, right hand comes high, dragonfly. Right hand connects back to the earth, placing the weight now into your right foot, lifting the left leg, half split. And it doesn't matter how high you can get your left leg. Mine is more of a half L. We're just trying to get it as high as you can. And if you want to play with balance here, you can see if you can grab your ankle with one hand, or maybe both. And it's okay if you're a little wobbly. I always say think of the balancing postures, approach them with curiosity and playfulness. Just see where you're at today. And then the left foot can come to meet the right, forward fold. Drop the hips, come right back into your Utkatasana chair pose. Inhale here, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, lengthen the spine, shoulder blades come back. And you can plant the hands, step back to your high plank. Low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing here. taking a few breaths to reset. Knowing we have another side to do, you know where we're going, you know you have the strength for it. Left leg comes high, three-legged dog on the left. Left foot steps forward, back foot dials back, rise up, warrior one. And breathing here. Kind of finding that safety, that safe haven here in warrior one, both feet on the ground. You can bring your hands to heart center, placing the weight into the left foot here. We'll take that right leg, sweep it around, coming into our standing figure four. So right ankle, rest on the left knee, hands at heart center. Now you can stay here, or see if you can get your torso parallel to the earth, reaching for the wall in front of you. You can bring your hands back to heart center. Balancing on that left foot, we'll rise up to standing, one-legged Tadasana. So that right knee is lifted, keeping a little bit of a bend in the left knee. We'll shoot back, warrior three. Both hips square to the earth. So it's like you're making a giant T with your body. We'll take those 3 Shiva squats. So left knee bends, right knee tucks for 1. Back up to warrior 3, 2, back up, 3, and back up to warrior 3. Keeping a little bit of a bend now in that left knee, gently come back, crescent lunge on the left. So you're on the ball of your back foot, knee is over ankle. I know this can be kind of a challenging sequence, but I'm sure you're doing great. And take an inhale here, exhale, back knee hovers, goddess arms. And then we straighten, coming back down, goddess arms. Straighten, we got 3 more. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we come back down. Inhale, we rise. And then exhale, we come right back down. So keeping that back knee hovered to the earth. Just straighten out the back leg. And now you're in your crescent lunge. You can bring your hands to heart center here. They come wide like a T. High twist to the left. Breathing here. Windmill open, warrior 2. Now you're in your warrior 2 on the left. Heel to instep alignment, knee is over ankle, knee tracking now to the upper left corner of the mat. Now you guys can stay where you are. I'm just going to change my orientation so you don't have to look at the back of me. But we are all in our warrior 2 on the left. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle. So starting to get comfortable in your side angle, that left forearm, just rest on the left thigh. Top hand can be above the head, reaching forward, or wrapping behind. And breathing here. Feet rooted into the earth, giving you the ability to reach up to the sky, chest corkscrewing. Remembering, all these postures should support your breath. So if you're doing something and you're feeling that you need to hold your breath, see if you can breathe, or else see if you can modify the posture. And keeping those warrior 2 legs, rise back up to our warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And then you can straighten that front leg. And we'll set up now for Trikonasana, triangle on the left. You can shimmy that right foot up. And that back foot doesn't have to be perfectly parallel to the earth. The toes can start to point forward a little bit. Try to reach for the front of the mat. And then the left hand connects to the shin or a block. Hips open to the right. And just being conscious of how it feels. If it feels tough on your neck, maybe you don't look at your hand, you just look at the wall. And core strength will bring you right back up. This time you'll pivot to the right, toes again, come out to 10 and 2, hands to heart center, drop right back into goddess. Shoulders stacked over hips. And breathing here. Maybe even close your eyes here as you start to reconnect with your body. And maybe consider, where in your life do you feel safe and supported? And where could you offer yourself more support? You can open your eyes. This time we'll go in the ball of our right foot. And we'll pivot to the left. Right hand connects to the earth. We twist to the left, dragonfly. Left hand can connect back to the earth. We'll place the weight into the left foot. Right leg lifts for our standing split. Again, we're just getting that right leg lifted. If you want to play with balance, you can try to grab an ankle with one hand, or maybe even both. And then right foot comes down to meet the left, forward fold. And drop the hips, coming right back into your Utkatasana. So staying in your Utkatasana, I'm just going to come back to the front of my mat. And breathing here. Now with the feet rooted into the earth, straighten your legs, come right up to your Samastahi, hands at heart center. So we've done a lot of strengthening on the legs today. So we would be remiss if we didn't do a little bit of calf work. So we're going to do 10 calf pull-ups. So we'll go in the ball of our, we're going to do 25 of them. I'm not sure where 10 came from. So you're going to go high on your tiptoes for 25, bringing the heels down. 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And the last one, stay high on your tiptoes. Breathing here, finding something to gaze at, your drishti. See how high you can get. And then bringing the heels back down to the earth. Inhale, hands come high. Exhale, bend the knees, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, lengthen the spine. And then you can plant the hands, step right back to your high plank. Hold in high plank for a moment. Then glide forward again, so pushing the toes forward, but come all the way down to the earth via low push-up. You made it to the earth. So we're going to make a little pillow with our hands. So you can just have one hand on the mat, the other hand over, and then connect your forehead right with the hands. So we're going to do some belly back bends. So it's also important that we have a strong back so we can stand up straight and tall. And also just to counteract so much of our everyday positioning, whether it's driving or on computers. So resting the forehead onto the earth. For this first one, we'll press the shoelace side of the feet into the earth. And then on an inhale, we'll lift the upper body. So an inhale, come up. And then coming back down. Taking a moment to reset here. Now for the next one, we're going to leave the upper body pressed to the earth, but we're going to lift the lower body. So your legs might not get that high, but that's okay. Even if they just get a little bit, you're still working the lower back. So upper body stays connected, and then we'll lift the lower body. Like imagine you're visualizing that like red molten lava ball right at the sacrum. And then coming back down. Taking a moment to reset. So for the next one, we're going to lift both the upper and the lower body. So on an inhale, we'll rise up. And then coming back down. You can bend the knees here, windshield wiper the feet back and forth. You can place the hands underneath the shoulders and push yourself back up through tabletop. And maybe cross the ankles and gently come back onto your bum. So we're going to come into some bridge pumps. So those are a little bit different than our traditional bridges. So generally I would have you graze your heels with your fingertips. You can actually walk the feet a little bit further away. Not too much further, but so you can't touch them with your fingertips. So feet will be about hips width apart still. And then on an inhale, we'll lift the hips and arms will come overhead so the backs of our hands are on the earth. And then on the exhale, we'll come back down. So think about less of a back bend like our traditional bridges, but more of an opportunity to strengthen the glutes and the hamstrings. And we'll do 10 of these. So inhale, come up. Exhale, back down for 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Resting the hips back down to the earth. You can bring the feet wide, knees knock in for knock knee pose. And then soles of the feet can come together. Supta Baddha Konasana. You can have one hand on the belly here, one hand on the heart. Maybe take a moment to see if you can recognize any of the energy that you've created. All of the strength that you've built. And seeing how it feels to inhabit your body now. Maybe consider if you've recently honored your anger and how that feels. Or in contrast, maybe you haven't honored your anger. See how that feels. You can give your knees a hug in. Give them a little rock from side to side, massaging out the spine. And we'll take reclining figure 4. So you take your right ankle right in front of the left knee. You're going to grab behind your left thigh, maybe gently pushing the right knee away. And just breathing here. Now we're going to come into lying gomakasa. So what you're going to do is take your right knee, stack it right over your left. So then your legs are going to kind of look like handlebars. And you can grab your shins, bringing them closer toward you, or you can reach the outside edges of your feet. So you're just curling yourself up into a little ball. And you should feel a nice stretch along the outer hips. You can release your feet or shins, unwrap your legs. We'll take it on the other side, starting with the reclining figure four. So left ankle on the right knee. We're going to grab behind the right thigh, gently pushing the left knee away. And just breathing into this stretch. And we'll stack the left knee on top of the right, coming into our gomakasa. So again, you can try to grab either your shins or the outside edges of your feet. And both sides may feel a little different, and that's okay. And you can release your feet, unwrap your legs, grabbing the inside edges of your feet now, coming into a happy baby. So knees can heel stack over knees. You can rock a little bit side to side. Maybe one leg extends and the other bends, just like a baby does in the crib. You can give your knees a hug in. Arms can come out wide, anchoring you to the earth. Knees can drop to the left as you gaze to the right for our supine twist. And it's okay if your knees don't get all the way down to the earth, but try to keep the upper body intact. And you can switch sides, bringing knees back up through center. This time knees can drop to the right as you gaze to the left. And coming back up through center, give the knees a hug in. And just thanking yourself for taking the time today to focus on your strength of both body, mind, and spirit. And so really strengthening and stabilizing all three. And you can release the legs to the earth, palms come to the sky, and And take some space up here if you can with your feet, opening them wide. You can start to settle in, feeling your head, neck, shoulders melt into the earth, the calves, feeling the connection your body is making to the earth. As we come into our final and probably most important posture, Shavasana. You're starting to bring a little consciousness back. You can start to wiggle the toes or fingers. When you're ready, you can start to roll over to your left or right side, whatever's more comfortable. Spend a few moments in the fetal position. So still resting. You can start to push yourself up to a comfortable seat. We'll meet with our hands at heart center. You can keep your eyes closed or maybe gaze softly at your fingertips. And bring your thumb knuckles to your lips and to your third eye. I'm wishing you safety, support, strength, and freedom on your journey. Everything that is good and light in me bows to everything that is good and light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the practice. Be well.